Hello, everyone. Welcome to Agility Academy's Agile Leadership Learning Series. Every Tuesday, we go live. Today, we are going to talk about SAFe 6.0 Agile Product Management Program Overview. If you are joining this session or watching this as a recorded session, feel free to mention your name, say hi, and your location in comment section. Feel free to ask us any question related to Agile Product Management topic. So now, quite often people confuse product manager role with a product owner role, which is predominantly there in the industry. And many times, people feel like they're stuck in one particular role, which is just serving one or two teams. So this advanced program, Agile Product Management Program, talks about what skills, what capabilities are required if you are going to lead multiple product owners or team of product owners across organization, across while delivering a complex solution. So that's the focus area for today's session. What is in it for anyone when it comes to agile product management? What can help you to stand out in the marketplace? We have got Sri, who is one of the seasoned professionals. He has seen it, done that, been there. So we are going to understand from him what is this agile product management, how it is different from just product ownership, so on and so forth, so forth. So over to you, Sri.
Hey, great, Sandeep. Thank you. So to start with, uh, welcome everybody. To start with, I think the first question, which is frequently asked by people, is how do I grow? I have been doing a product owner role since many years, and I really do not see any growth. What's next for me? And that's why I want to become Scrum Master, or I want to go and become somebody else. Many organizations, unfortunately, do not have the answer to this critical question from a human resource perspective. And we are here to kind of help you understand what is a career path for someone who has been working as a product owner for quite a long time. I'm sure many of you who are watching this video must have thought about this particular thing at least once in your career. What is next for me? So there is a lot of hope for all of you in that regard. You being a product owner, you have been doing your role mainly within a agile team. I am not deliberately calling a scrum team, but a agile team, where most of the times your stakeholders are very much your internal stakeholders. You're working closely with the agile team, the scrum master, and your focus is basically to ensure that the team is building the right product, meaning the right features in the right prioritized way. You are helping, you are kind of a bridge between agile team and the actual customers, and so on and so forth. So your actual focus is more on tactical things, which is to ensure that the team has been responding to the change quite proactively, using agile values and agile principles in mind, and um, delivering the sprints on a predictive basis, and improving quite often. Whereas you are also giving a regular feedback to the team during the demos to ensure that team is improving. Now, the product manager is not a tactical role, it's a strategic role. So it's a step up for you where your focus is not within the team, but your focus is more outside, meaning you are a little bit less inward, but more outward. Now, what do you mean by outward? Outward meaning your focus is more on markets, your focus is more on competitors, focus is more on users, your focus is more on innovation. How do we solve the problems of our customers in more proactive way, more in a more effective manner? Your focus is more on tomorrow and day after tomorrow, not today. So it means you are a visionary person, where you will be a person, I call it like a chef of a restaurant. You are not the owner of the restaurant. However, you are the person who decides which menus you want to offer, what are the basic ingredients which are required to prepare that menu, how you evolve that menu on a on a time to time basis, and where you want to take this particular menu in a year or 2 or 3 years from now. So when it comes to ownership of your vision, how you are going to do the marketing of this product, who are your end customers, what the customer's profile look like, what kind of customers, what geographies that you are going to target, all these things are visionary. They are quite strategic. So there is a clear distinction between a product manager and product owner now that you can see, where product owner is more of a tactical role versus the product manager, a senior role, a strategic role, in short, owns the entire product and the future of the product. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is a clear distinction between the two. Sandeep, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, so I can give you one simple example. While working in one of the largest telco in Australia, we had this strategic vision where we wanted to simplify several products offered to the customers from hundreds to 10. And as part of that change, there was expectation that product owner principal or product owner general manager is going to drive those changes with the help of product owners. So when you talk about a complex solution, to build that, you require at least 5 to 12 teams or more than that. Uh, you expect someone senior who has got this business acumen, I will say, who has got this vision, understanding of the market, competition, and someone who has got vision to say that, okay, over these 2 3 5 years, these are the things which we want to build, these are the things which we want to deliver to solve that customer problem. So that's the role we are talking here. We are not talking here someone who is just working day in day out with the technical teams. So that's a product owner. Product owner can support 1 to 2 teams, agile teams, whereas product manager is expected to support 2 to 5 product owners. And then when you talk about agile product management as a function, we are talking about multiple people who might be wearing that hat or playing that role. So it's a complex situation where you expect a lot of expertise to do people management when it comes to providing guidance, mentoring to product owners. And we are talking about someone who has got this business acumen, someone who come from the business domain and want to apply all those things to deliver right product in the right market at the right time. So thanks those who are joining us. I can see that we have got Emmanuel, Devi, Abhi, Rajeshi. Just mention your location. Ask any question related to agile product management topic. If you have got, we are more than happy to answer that. So let's move forward and find out what is this product manager role and how in agile product management program you understand all those skills, capabilities, tools, and techniques, and gain that confidence to play this role in your professional life. So Sri, what is product manager?
Yeah. So as I did mention earlier, Sandeep, it's more of it's a senior role. Number one, it's not a tactical role. It's not just about taking care of one team. It's about taking care of the multiple components, and you are kind of responsible for the product. So it is a visionary role where you are going to use different techniques and different methods to reach out to the markets and understand the market. Okay, what is the demand? Okay, what are the customers problem? I'm using user or customer interchangeably here, but given the context in which you are operating, what are the biggest problems of your customers and needs? Now that is something you cannot just go and talk to people and understand. You need to be able to do lots of different things, and I'm so sure, Sandeep, you are going to talk about some of those when it comes to design thinking techniques later in this particular session. But first thing is reaching out to the customers on a constant basis, not one time. So it means that you need to have some good mechanism to try and reach out to your target customers and users and understand their needs. The number two is you are not just one person. You have got lots of different competitors, right? So it means that you need to also understand what your competitors are offering. So that analysis is quite important for you to do in terms of what is already available in the market, and are those solutions and products solving the problems, and if not, then how distinctly you can do that. Then the vision comes into play, because as I stated, this role is not just about thinking for today. You want to be able to envisage where in 3 or 5 years time the problem will scale, right? So for example, any telecom company is not thinking about 5G today. The 5G implementation is going on, but the vision of that must have been started in 2016 or 2015 somewhere. So it means that You need to be able to articulate what kind of problem might occur, in next 5, 10, 15 years, and start building ideas and doing innovation in that regard. So that's another thing. The next set of thing is about prioritization. See, we are applying lean thinking when it comes to the latest and greatest product management ideas. When you apply agile principles or lean principles, the focus is more on how fast you deliver value to the customer. And delivering value is not just about just meeting the expectations of the customer. There are two different variables that are important. One is what is the most valuable to the customer upon the release and in less time, right? So that's another variable. So product management group has to also learn lean and lean thinking to understand how do I build a great product which can not just satisfy the customers but exceed the expectations of the customers, but how fast I go and do that. Okay. And so that the value can be realized to the customers sooner, as well as the revenue can be brought in home, in the less amount of time. One another important thing which Sandeep you will talk about in detail is understanding your customer. Understanding your customer has got a lot many different techniques. One of them is a proven technique called design thinking. Is how do we become customer centric and ensure that we empathize with them, we put our feet into their shoes and think from their perspective while designing our solutions, rather than just delivering the product as per our own design or wish, right? So it is all customer centric. So if you look at this entire product management role, this is about going and understanding the markets and the users, empathizing with the user and kind of trying to put your feet into their shoes and think from their perspective, ensuring that your product strategy, vision, and roadmaps are in alignment with that, and you are visionary. You are kind of looking beyond the horizon of a year or two. Then you're ensuring that you are prioritizing your work based on the value, and not based on what you think is important. And that's a lean concept. And definitely you want to ensure that in consistent value delivery happens to the customer. Now, the next thing, which is quite important, many times people think that product management is just about business. Yeah. So this is not just about business. This role is very much connected to the customers and users, as well as the engineering function and the business. Now, when I say talk about business, business is all about sales, marketing, legal, human resource, and all those kind of things. Now, this diagram is quite interesting to understand. Why? Because many people, Sandeep, if you want to kind of go to the next slide, again, the same representation is, you see, this is if you kind of just focus at the center of this diagram, which you can call it as a golden circle, or you can call it as a least common kind of intersection across the user experience, the technology, and the business. Product management belongs to all the three categories, because in digital transformation, you have seen that technology is not just an enabler. Most of your products are technology products, most of, if not all. Okay, so it means that the product management function has to also be ensuring that we are making use of the best technology and platforms, as well as also ensuring that the user experience is not compromised. And definitely the business part of it, which is operations, marketing, sales, those parts have been kind of catered. So this role is not a pure technology role. This role is not a pure business role. This role is not just a user or market role. This role is a combination of all the three. So which means that the competencies required for a product manager are very much going to touch all the three sections which are in the diagram. Many people, Sandeep, ask me this question, and I'm sure you must have also gone through that kind of a situation where we have to answer this repeatedly. People ask, is there anything for markets, or marketing or sales people in the product management? Definitely yes, right? Because when we talk about value stream, we talk about customer to customer, everything that happens as in within the journey of customer. is the value stream, and product management touch all the points in the value stream, whether it's just a development, or a marketing, or a sales, or anything for that matter, right? So definitely product management touches all different functions within the organization, and this particular course focuses a bit of each of that in detail.
Cool. Thanks, Sri. I can see that we have got people joining from US, from Nigeria, Africa, India, Australia. So thanks everyone for joining. Just mention your name, your location, and ask any question related to Agile Product Management or Agile Product Manager as a role or as a career. So we are talking about Agile Product Management at a high level. And thanks, Sri. So when we talk about Agile Product Manager, we are talking about someone who can put all these three different worlds together, someone who can understand what is expected from the business point of view, what is expected from the customer point of view, and then what is expected from the technology or teams on the ground who fulfill that vision. So it's a quite crucial role, senior role, wherein you explore multiple dimensions. So let me take you through this journey and help you understand in this Agile Product Management program how you learn all those skills which gives you confidence to look after all those three different aspects. So the first one, remember you are a product manager. That means you need to be solving right problem at the right time for a right customer in the right market. So it's a quite crucial role. There's no point in building something for which there's no demand, or there's no point in solving problem which doesn't exist in the marketplace. And quite often I refer the book called as The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. I highly recommend to read that book, The Lean Startup by Eric Ries, and it talks about validating your problem, validating your market, validating your customer segment before you start investing in building something new. So here, what we are referring, solving problems through design thinking or human-centered design thinking. This is one of the tool or technique which you will learn in this program. And this helps you to understand, okay, before we start saying that we want to build this particular application or mobile app, or we want to create this particular product or service or solution, what is the problem customers are facing, or what is the problem we are trying to address. So this is also called as a double diamond. So first diamond is all about exploring scope in terms of problem or opportunity. So understanding the problem. Here you diverge, you discover as many things as possible, and then you converge on one of the topmost thing which you want to solve through your through your solution. And then second part is designing the right solution. Here, as a product manager, you'll be leveraging expertise within your organization, like solution architect, technology experts, to find out what can be possible options to deliver same value to the customer quickly and how we can sustain it. So this is one of the technique which is typically used by agile product managers. Now, whenever you are coming up with any solution, any options, you always need to apply these four different parameters. First one is desirable. So is this something which is desirable by the customer, by the market? Is this something which actually has got significant market share and segment so that you can go and launch? So for this, you need to rely on customer research, customer interviews, market research, and use that information to find out whether this is desirable. So if tomorrow you are ready with your product and you decide to launch it, is there anyone who is going to buy it even if you start selling it for $1 or for free? Second one is viable. So ensuring that, okay, there might be a lot of demand for certain type of products, but is it viable for you as an organization, as a company? You might not have those core competencies. You might not have that right kind of end-to-end supply chain wherein you can position yourself as a viable option in the marketplace where customer will be ready to buy product from you. And then last one is feasible in this DVF model. So feasible means, okay, even if it's viable, it makes sense from the economical point of view, but do you have all skill sets? Do you have all those dependencies, all those small elements in place? So can you deliver this product strategy, execute that product strategy by collaborating with all stakeholders within and outside organization? And the last one is sustainable, where we talk about can this product sustain? Can you continuously innovate this product throughout this life cycle, throughout its life journey? So these are the things which again need to be considered when you are talking about human-centered design thinking and coming up with a product which will solve the right problem at the right time for the right market. Now, in addition to this, I'm going to talk about few other tools, techniques, which are predominantly used by product managers, and you'll be learning those through one of the case studies. So the Agile Product Management Program is created when you don't just go through theoretical stuff. You actually act as Agile Product Manager working in one of the company, and then looking at certain situations, looking at certain problems, you find out what need to be done. And all these programs are facilitated by industry experts, so you go beyond what is there in the slide and you learn from the practical point of view how this function need to be performed on day one. So let's continue and explore what else can help you to design right thing. So empathy maps are quite important concepts, or I'll say customer persona. So you might decide, as an automobile company, you might decide you want to launch a car which will be, solar powered and economically available. Now you might be looking at two type of customers: one who are quite passionate about speed, and another one which is quite passionate about fuel consumption. So now, if you are building car and if you are targeting different customer segment, you need to know what are the expectations. In which situation that customer is going to use your solution or product. Is it someone who is newly married or having a young family, or is it someone who has just got out of uni and has got this is their first car? So they have got different expectations. So using empathy mapping, using customer personas, what you do as an agile product manager, you try to find out the larger, bigger context in which your product will be used. And that helps you to understand what is considered as the most important from the customer's point of view, not from your point of view. Remember, as a product manager, you are acting as a voice of customer. So here you need to put yourself in customer's shoe. And rather than putting yourself in customer's shoe, you need to talk, observe, listen, and find out what is happening in the customer's context. And for that, quite often you rely on customer experience labs, market research, as well as people who have got opportunity to talk with the customers. If you don't get that, so what are you trying to do here using empathy mapping? Is that okay? Whenever someone is talking about your product or product which you wish to deliver, what are they hearing? What do they see? What do they do? What do they say? How confidently they feel of using that particular product? What do they think or feel? So here again, you are looking at the human side of things. It's not just about this feature or that feature. What is the outcome you are going to deliver? So when you go to enroll for a gym, you don't enroll for a gym just to use that trading machine, or you don't go and then enroll to gym so that you can lift those weights or dumbbells. You go there because you want to stay fit. That is the outcome you're after. So essentially, think that as a agile product manager, you are delivering a solution. You are delivering a outcome which those customers are looking for, and you can understand that better only when you connect with them. In addition to that, there's another tool or template or technique which you can always leverage is customer journey map. So right from the moment customer has decided that I want to go and purchase house, till the time they have secured loan, if you are a banking service from you, and I will say perhaps it will go till the time they have settled their loan. So it all goes back till the time your relationship with that customer comes to the conclusion. So right from the trigger till or concept till cash. Now, when you talk about customer journey map here, you are talking from the customer's point of view, all those things which you might have gathered through empathy mapping exercise. So you'll talk about what they think, feel, what are their gains, what are their pains, which systems or which departments within your organization those customers are dealing with, and what can be possible technology options. So remember, this is all about understanding the bigger context, coming up with a roadmap, finding out what are our goals, what we expect as a end product. So once you have gone through this, then the next thing which comes to mind is how do you come up with your own roadmap? So based on what customer has mentioned, based on what you see in the marketplace, one of the key outcome, or I will say one of the key responsibility of agile product management or manager is to come up with a roadmap, which can be taken by product owners, teams, and others within an organization to convert into technological solution or product. Uh, Thanks everyone for joining. I can see that there are a lot of people who have joined across the world. We are talking about Agile Product Management Program and what skills are required to be a successful Agile Product Manager. Sri, do you want to continue from here about solution roadmap and all that cool stuff? Sorry, we can't hear you. So
Yeah.
feel free to
Okay. Sorry, I
say,
was on mute. I was on mute. Sorry.
okay.
Um, so many times, as a product manager, as I said, it's a strategic role. It means that you will be working on the product roadmaps, and if you're working on large solutions, then definitely solution roadmap, right? Now, why you need to be able to work on the planning at this particular scale is because you want to bring in some kind of a predictable plan to the market. Most of you know that being a public company, uh, you are answerable to not just your customers but your shareholders, as well as if you're not even a public company, you must be giving some kind of idea to your customers and users what is coming. Let's take an example of Apple. Apple every year release a new phone. From last 4 5 years, you have been seeing a consistent release coming out of Apple 11, 12, 13, 14 probably, and I think 15 coming this year, Apple iPhone 15. Same thing with any particular product line. Take Samsung, take any company. For any product, they will have a set of features they will be bringing into the market on some predictable kind of plan. Now, there are two kinds of things that we need to understand. One is there are some market rhythms, which are set of events which will occur periodically on a cadence which is quite predictable, or you will have a market event which is not a predictable set of event, which is more of a one-time future event, and the probability of occurring that event is quite high, right? So, for example, if there's a Christmas, now Christmas, you all of us know that during Christmas, the sale of particular products goes extremely on a high. So demand is quite high. So it means that when you want to release a product, you want to ensure that you do not want to miss the window, which is probably a week or two before that particular event. So you need to be able to capture the market events and market rhythms to ensure that your product strategy and product roadmap is aligned. If the market rhythms and market events are misaligned with the product strategy, even if your product is a great product, because it did not come on time into the market, most likely you will miss the window. And because of missing that window, your value generation is almost zero. It means that you wouldn't be able to actually sell those products because somebody else might have captured that window, and you have got absolutely no future. So it means that being a product manager, it's not just about going into the market, doing the market research, trying to empathize with your users, trying to understand their problems, design the solutions. That's all done. That is value creation. But when it comes to value delivery and value realization, you must be able to understand the timing. And the timing is all about understanding different market rhythms and market events. Safe agile product management course, I'm quite happy to say, it teaches you the entire full life cycle of how a product manager should plan its own roadmap, and by keeping all this particular set of affected areas in mind. So if you look at this particular graph, it shows that if you look at the yellow line, it shows what is the optimal market window for a release, because the release is happening just between the quarter 3 and quarter 4. If you miss that window, it means that you are missing the event. It means that your value won't be realized. So it's very important for you to understand when you want to deliver value and what is the best time to deliver value, so that you want to get the highest revenue in the less amount of time. Sandeep, I think we need to go on to the next slide, because that is one thing which many people uh, do not understand, is the lean economics, right? One of the key principle of safe is about economics. Okay. And when it comes to prioritization and sequencing of the work, um, many people go with a very plain mindset, saying, I will always listen to the customer and ask customer what they think is important, and I will align the priority of the work with that particular statement or that particular view of a customer. But most of the times, customer will only look at what is important to them, with a very plain understanding of what is important. But in lean, we go with a mindset called as um, cost of delay, or it is also called as it's not about what is important, but it is about what is more valuable to the customer and to the company both. And that's why our focus is on delivering the highest value in the lowest time. So one of the key understanding all of product owners and product managers gain in these courses, especially the safe PM and safe POPM both, is how do we sequence our jobs to ensure that we do not um, delay the delivery of our key features to the customers. And value has got two different sides, right? Value is looked at from the customer's perspective, but value is also looked at from the product perspective or the company perspective, the organization who is building the product, right? So value to the customer is from consumption perspective, value to the company is more from the revenue perspective. So we always ensure that we prioritize and sequence the work using weighted shortest job first method, which is a very scientific method, quantitative analysis of trying to understand what is the actual cost of delaying a particular feature or a service, and how much time that particular feature or service can take for creation and delivery. So if you take a quotient of that, if you kind of divide cost of delay with the total duration or size of the job, you will understand the factor which is called as a weighted shortest job pass. And when you have set of features which where you kind of calculate the weighted shortest job first, then it is quite easier for you to understand which features must be delivered first, which will give you the highest value in the least amount of time. So there is absolutely no confusion. Then there is absolutely no reason why this particular strategy in terms of prioritization and creating roadmaps would fail. So it's a very scientific method. In short, I can tell you that it's a lean method. So it is not just coming from safe. It's a very much a lean management technique. So this particular course, in short, gives you the end-to-end capability. So when you want to change your job from a product owner to a product manager, it this particular course talks about how do you change your mindset from being tactical to strategic? Number one, how can you become visionary? Most of the times, product owners think about today. You need to change your focus from today to tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Okay, that is number one. Number two, how can you work with the not just the people within your team, but how can you connect with your customers directly? How can you connect with the markets? How can you empathize with the customers? How can you do a qualitative and quantitative analysis? How can you ensure that you create a right roadmap where and which is aligned with the vision of the product? How can you own the entire vision of your product? What it really means when it comes to defining the success and how you will measure the success. Okay, and last but not the least is how do you consistently improve, because one of the key principle of lean is continuous improvement. And there are so many techniques that we learn in this entire course. It's a big course, it's a huge course, it's a very valuable course, which also teaches you lots of different things, as Sandeep mentioned, around the user-centric design, user-centric problem-solving techniques, and so forth. So a very comprehensive course. In short, I highly recommend people who wants to transform from being a product owner into a product manager should
Or
definitely
even
give a
even
go.
if you are leading a business function, I have seen throughout my career that there are people who are working as a business executive, business manager, business owner, and then they have moved into agile product manager role as part of agile transformation or digital transformation. So not always you need to be product owner, but yes, definitely if you are a product owner, you have got that foundation in place to move into this role. But there can be lateral movements where I will say that you can move into this role if you have a passion for the customer, you have a business acumen, business domain expertise, and you love to deliver value to customer at a larger scale. So there is a QR code. You can scan that QR code and download Agile Product Management brochure. You can also visit our website and book free Agile consulting session with one of the Agility Academy experts. We have our presence across world. So if you are based in US, you can call us on US number or WhatsApp us on +6145181164. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for your time, Shri. Thank you everyone for joining this session. If you have got any question, if you need any guidance, any mentoring support, feel free to reach out to us. We are just one click away. Thank you and have a good one. Cheers.
Thank
Bye.
you.